Deatiled here, and today I'm going to show you how to get the linear fusion rifle Sleeper Simulant. To start off, you need to do two things. Complete two missions. One, data recovery legacy code. Two, data recovery a piece of the past. When you complete a piece of the past, you're going to get an Ikelos hand cannon. Now, this hand cannon is going to be your best friend for the remainder of the quest, because you're going to need this hand cannon in order to complete this exotic quest from start to finish. Now, once you have completed both data recovery missions, you're going to visit Anna Bray and you're going to have a conversation, and now from there that kicks off your exotic quest. Now, you can't begin your exotic quest if you don't complete your data recovery missions. So you have to complete those two missions in order for you to actually kick off your exotic quest. And again, you're going to receive an Ikelos hand cannon when you complete the second data recovery mission, and you're going to carry this hand cannon throughout the entire exotic quest. And again, once you complete the missions, you return to Anna, and this officially kicks off your exotic quest. Once you've interacted with Anna Bray, this is going to kick off the machine's gun, Violent Intel. So for Violent Intel, what you need to do is defeat Hive and Cabal in Hellas Basin using an Ikelos hand cannon. So you need to get precision headshots. Now, for the Hive, the fastest and easiest way to do this is in the core terminus lost sector. This lost sector, by now, you should be very familiar with because it has been used plenty of times before in different exotic guides. Now, again, this is the fastest and easiest way to get Hive headshots with an Ikelos hand cannon, because the reason is no one's there to steal your kills. If you're by yourself, no one's gonna come in and take your kills and mess up your quest that you're working on. So again, all you're doing for Violent Intel is A, defeating Hive using an Ikelos hand cannon with precision headshots, and B, defeating Cabal again with an Ikelos hand cannon using precision headshots. So for the Hive, core terminus lost sector is the fastest and easiest place to complete this step, because again, no one is going to be bothering you. And if you're doing, you could do it in Escalation Protocol, but if you do that, it's going to be a bit more overwhelming with the ads. And if you have different players participating in Escalation Protocol, they might be taking your kills and you won't get this step done faster. So in one run, I actually got up to 29% of this lost sector. So that's all I did. I ran this lost sector maybe 3 or 4 times, and that's all it took to complete this step. For the Cabal portion of Violent Intel, all you're doing is going to the admin subterranean lost sector and doing the exact same thing you did in the core terminus lost sector. However, the difference here is you're going to be getting Cabal headshots in this lost sector. Again, same exact thing, and this is by far the easiest place to do it, because as with core terminus, no one is going to bother you, no one is going to take your kills, no one is going to accidentally, oh, I killed the Cabal by mistake or anything like that. So all you're doing is, again, going into this lost sector, doing the exact same thing you did in core terminus. However, here you're going to kill Cabal, and in this lost sector, it's only Cabal. So again, this is the fastest and easiest place to complete the Cabal part of Violent Intel. The Cabal kills a Violent Intel. Like with core terminus, you're going to run this lost sector three or 4 times, maybe 5, and that's it. It's going to complete your Cabal kills for Violent Intel, and it's going to allow you to move to the next part of the quest. When you complete your Hive and Cabal kills for Violent Intel, your quest step will become Rasputin's Calling. For this quest step, what you've got to do is defeat powerful enemies with an Ikelos weapon equipped. the best place to do this, the fastest and easiest way to do this, is an escalation protocol, because you're going to get a ton of yellow bar ads to spawn in the higher level you go up in escalation protocol. And again, you can do this. This is by far the easiest step of the quest. All you're doing is going into escalation protocol, and you can join an escalation protocol mid-game, mid-match that already started. And as long as you light up yellow bar enemies and you light up anything and everything in your path, and as long as you have an Ikelos weapon equipped on you, you will complete this step in less than 10 minutes. Now, you can use your kinetic weapon to get kills, or you can use your power weapon to get kills. As long as you have an Ikelos hand cannon or an Ikelos weapon equipped, you will complete this step. Now, again, this step is by far the easiest, because all you're doing is defeating powerful enemies with an Ikelos weapon equipped. And again, the fastest and easiest place to do this is an escalation protocol. A helpful tip is, if you are able to get the Witch's Ritual while doing escalation protocol, that is going to give you a big boost in this quest step. You're going to complete it ridiculously fast, because there are a ton of yellow bar enemies during this event. So it's like you're sort of stacking two events in one. Now, anytime you are able to get the War Set event or the Witch's Ritual event while doing escalation protocol, jump on it as soon as you can, because it's going to help you a great deal, and you're able to complete this quest step so much faster by taking part in these two specific events. Now, again, escalation protocol by itself is going to help you a lot, but just having these two events, or one of the two, or if you're able to do a war side event while doing escalation protocol, or if you're able to do a Witch's Ritual while doing escalation protocol, that's going to help you immensely, and you're going to finish this so much faster than if you just do regular levels of escalation protocol. Like if you do one level and you leave, and then again you come back, you do one level. If you do it that way, that works, but it's going to take you much longer. But if you just are able to get a war side event during escalation protocol, or a Witch's Ritual during escalation protocol, that is going to help you out, and you're going to be able to finish this quest step so much faster. And that's something to be mindful about, and just be looking for that event. It might not happen all the time, or might not happen as frequently, but when it does, just right away participate in it, and it's going to help you to finish this step so much faster. One thing to note, I do believe team kills help you out with this quest step, because there were a few people here during this event while I was doing it, and again, I don't know if that helped me, but I did finish this step incredibly fast, and there was, I believe, one or two other people doing this event at the same time while I was doing it. So if you have a group, if you're all working on this quest at the same time, it might help you. You might finish a lot faster if you're doing it in a group. But again, it's not something that I tested. I did not stop and look to see, okay, I'm going up this much on my own, and I'm going up this much with 2 or 3 people participating in the event. But I did finish the step really fast, and there were a few people doing escalation protocol as well when I was doing it. So that's something to keep in mind. If you have a group, you might finish faster, but again, it's not something that slowed me down, or it's not something that sped things up, but I do believe that it helped me having more people around. When you defeat enough powerful enemies, Rasputin's culling will turn into Warmind's glory. For this quest step, all you have to do is complete 5 strikes with a Nicholas weapon equipped. That's it. Nothing specific, nothing crazy. All you're doing is completing 5 strikes with a Nicholas weapon equipped. Again, you don't necessarily have to use the Nicholas weapon. You can use your kinetic weapon, you can use your power weapon, you can use your super, all that you want. However, all you have to do is make sure that you have a Nicholas weapon equipped while you are completing your 5 strikes. That's it for this quest step. That's it. By far one of the easiest quest steps to do, and that's all you have to do. Again, all you're doing is completing 5 strikes with the Nicholas weapon equipped. You don't necessarily have to use it if you don't want to. All you can use is your kinetic weapon, or your power weapon, or your heavy weapon. That's it. As long as you have the weapon equipped, the Nicholas weapon equipped, you will get credit for this quest step. One thing to note, you can absolutely complete Warmind's Glory and a fire team. This way you pair up with friends or clanmates that know what they're doing instead of randoms that don't know what they're doing, and this way you can finish it much faster. So again, you can finish this in a fire team. It's not a solo quest step. When you complete Warmind's Glory and you complete your 5 strikes, your quest set will turn into nodes and protocols. So for the easiest bit, you've got to complete 3 Escalation Protocol levels. For that, self-explanatory. I absolutely did not include any of that in here because, again, very simple. Second part, access 15 sleeper nodes. By far the grindiest part of this entire quest. Now, how do you get sleeper nodes? 2 things, or 2 parts. The first part, you absolutely have got to complete the Nascent Dawn quest in order to gain access to sleeper nodes, because completing that quest will give you access to resonant stems, and you will need resonant stems in order to get sleeper nodes. So again, it sounds confusing, but one, you have absolutely got to complete the Nascent Dawn quest here on Mars. Once you do that, you will gain access to resonant stems. Now, you need 4 resonant stems to make 1 Overwrite Frequency. Now again, you need 4 resonant stems to make 1 Override Frequency. What this is going to do, this is going to be your key to unlock a sleeper node. Now, the way you figure this out, when you combine your 4 resonant stems, it's going to turn into a blue item. Again, your Override Frequency. Now this Override Frequency is going to give you a map, a very vague map, and tell you where you've got to go in order to unlock that specific sleeper node. So as you can see, for this Override Frequency, it says Descent, Cavern, Ledge. Those are your instructions, those are your directions. Now, you look to the map. Where does it say that? So, as you can see right here, Olympus Descent. So, Descent. Now, you go into there, and the way you know you're on the right path, you will begin to hear music, and your screen will begin to change color. That's how you go about figuring all this out. One thing to note, your Override Frequencies will take you to different places in the map, on Mars, and you will get doubles, not at the same time, not one right after another, but you will eventually get doubles. And again, if the Overwrite Frequency bit is confusing, I added another part here where I got another Overwrite Frequency to give you a better idea of where to find them, where to go about to finding them, and things like that. So for this second Overwrite Frequency, I was actually working on resonant stems, trying to find a shortcut for all of this, but the truth is there really isn't a shortcut. I will say, if you have not completed your adventures, you will get more resonant stems. I believe it's 2. And if you complete a high value target kill, you will also get 2 resonant stems. Now for that, it's random because I've gotten 2 and I've also gotten 1. So again, this is the grindiest part, and you will need 60 resonant stems because you need 15 sleeper nodes in total for make 1 Override Frequency. For the second Override Frequency, my map or my coordinates or my hint was Minelab Conveyor Bridge. Again, open up the map. Where does it say Minelab? That's your biggest hint. and you go from there. Now, again, it says Rasputin's Mine Lab. That's what it says on top of the map. So that's where we need to go. And the way you know you're close, again, music will begin to start playing, and the color on your screen will begin to change color. That's how you know you are near the right sleeper node, the one that you need to access. So again, every time you do this, it will change, and you will end up getting doubled. But the more you do this, the easier it becomes. And again, this was my second sleeper node that I added as an added bonus if you needed more help understanding this. Originally, on my main character, this is a step that by far took me the longest, because I guess I kept trying to figure all of this stuff out. And so, again, for me, because it was the most difficult, I wanted to make this step the easiest, and I added a third overwrite frequency. And for this third overwrite frequency, my hint was drift, transit, fright. So glacial drift, that's where you need to go. And for transit and fright, well, there's a train up on this bridge, and again, the way you will find out if you are in the right place, music will begin to play, and your screen will begin to change color, and that's how you know you are on the right track, on the right path. So I added 3 different override frequencies to give you a much better understanding of all this, and to make it much easier, because again, for me, it was by far the most difficult step to do. Once you complete nodes and protocols, your quest step then becomes protocol perfected form. What you have to do here is complete Will of the Thousands, again, with an Icarus weapon equipped. So there's nothing extra about this quest, there's nothing special about this quest, there isn't anything different about this quest. The only thing you are doing is completing this strike, or this quest, with an Icarus weapon equipped. That's it. Once you do that, it will allow you to complete this entire quest step. However, once you defeat Zol the Worm God, you will get a cutscene, which I've taken out, and once that cutscene ends, you will need to return to Anna, and once you return to Anna, she will give you your linear fusion rifle, Sleeper Simulant. That's it. Again, nothing different about this quest or this strike, nothing. You don't need to do anything more, anything less. All you need is an Icarus weapon equipped. Complete it, you will get a cutscene, and from there you will need to return to Anna, and you will complete your quest and get your Sleeper Simulant. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm Nate Tell. I'll catch you guys on the next exotic guide.